All I need is a pooty poot. All I need is poot. All I need is a pooty poot. I think Mike and the Mechanics wrote that song, Pooty.
They did.
There you go.
Fact checker.
Pooty, what are we going to do?
Let's do this.
It says here he caressed her bosom.
I got a story about that.
Do you?
I do.
Same book?
Well, I don't know. Do you want to hear the story?
Yeah, I do.
All right. We're in third
Welcome back
grade.
to TinTv, everybody.
We're in third grade, and there was this guy named Kenny Condry, and he was a big troublemaker. And we were reading from the history book about John Smith and Pocahontas, right? And there's a part where
Did you say Pocahontas?
Pocahontas. She was heavy set. She was a heavy set Indian lady.
Actually, I might not, because I got to use the P word. But anyway, they got Kenny to read out of the book, and there's a passage in there that says, and Pocahontas laid John Smith's head upon her breast, is what he was supposed to say. And he said, upon her P word. And it was like, Kenny, go to the office. And I was like, God, that guy's my hero, man. Yeah.
That's a great story. That is a great story when Kenny did that.
Kenny Condry, he was a troublemaker.
Kenny Condry. What about Tibby? What was it? Kibby. What was the guy's name?
Gizzy. Yeah, he's in the mob. He's in the freaking mob, man.
Let's not bring him up. Let's not talk about him.
He'd come over to my house with a cooler. I'm talking like 30 years ago. And I'd go, give me a beer. And he'd go, okay, and open it up, and there'd be a Uzi in there. Not a beer. I was like, put it back.
A severed hand.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, everybody in the chat. 420 Wild Dragon Bong on, sir. Good to see everybody. Cole is here. Mary Freeland. Linda C. Good to see you. B. Charming's in the house. Wait, I already said Mary Freeland. I'm sorry.
Jason Smith and Cola. Lisa Story.
Let's see, Willard Hall was here. I don't know if he's still here.
Willard Hall sounds like a weatherman on NBC or something.
Yeah, it's Franken Beans.
Yeah.
He also goes by Franken Beans.
Franken
Ange
Beans.
D is here. Good to see you, Ange.
Danny?
Believing in South Carolina. Good to see you, Believing.
Pink Flamingo?
Camo Carl not here, but he's here. Thank you for coming, Camo.
Good to see you, Carl. Milk and Honey Heritage Farms. Good to see you.
Oh,
That's
interesting
two bears.
tidbits.
Well, I like interesting tidbits. That sounds like a morsel, like something you want to eat. I want to eat some of those interesting tidbits.
Redhausen, welcome. That's
Chessboard. Angel Rose. Good to see Angel.
Camel
I'm just
baby.
gonna do an overall hi guys.
That's a good shift. That's the best. SM, good to see you. Robin Necker. Jerry. Good to see you, buddy.
The blanket greeting.
I'm so damn back. Mountaineer Momo. Good to see you. Pappy Two Bears. Paul Scott. Bobby Forsyth. Good to see you.
B baby.
Marla B. I get paid for all these shout outs.
Right. 32 cents.
It's like 2 cents a shout out.
Trump demand for USA. That's it.
420, baby.
Oh, Dennis, who's really Onami. Good to see you, Onami.
Rubberneck on.
Mitch Denner. Good to see you, Mitch Denner. Carl again.
This is
So
all we're
what's
going
up,
to do for the
Tim?
next. This is all we're going to do for the next hour. Is
For
just
the next
name.
hour, we're just going to say names. Doc P is here. Clay B is also in the house. Good to see you, Clay.
Drummond Son Live.
Oh, Drummond Son. They're back. Good.
Donna Latte.
Sounds like
can I-
something you did at a Chinese restaurant.
Be charming.
I want to say hey to Guilt X, who is probably on X right now, but definitely on the Xbox watching us. So Guilt, good to see you. And Wild Edibles, wherever you are. She's coming.
Oh, she's gonna come back and rewatch it.
She's got to rewatch it.
She's gonna rewatch.
Doc P, chessboard, camel. Hello, hello.
So I wasn't sure really where to start tonight, you guys, but I think we got to get this thing out of the way. And I don't know if many of you have heard about it. It's about the cute winter boots. Yeah, the cute winter boots, guys. So hashtag cute boots going around, and you guys, these people are getting kind of crazy. So this will kind of explain what's going on. It's a weird one, you guys. Cute winter boots. Okay, here we go.
Cute boots.
Now we had a laugh about it. You'll see that. Go there. Let's get real.
Just a second.
We have to start.
A lot of y'all are asking me, what is this cute winter boots bullshit? Now we had a laugh about it. You'll see that. Go there, but let's get real. Let me break it down for you because I went down the rabbit hole and there are multiple meanings. That's the problem. Some of it's innocent. Some of it's violent. Now, I'm not going to use code words. I don't give a damn. I don't care if I get censored. Now, this is like a system movement by the left to try to warn illegal immigrants a safe place where ICE is at to try to avoid being detained by ICE. Help everybody get away. You know who ICE is. Now, you can think what you want to about that. That's neither here nor there. Here's the problem. Radicals on the left, or, pretenders, trying to start shit. You can't never tell you. Trying to hijack the movement. Always have took it too far. Within a few hours, it went from being harmless, if you consider helping people avoid deportation harmless, to people starting to interpret it like it's a gun. I got to get me some winter boots. Got to scrub up the barrel. Talking about rounds and everything. Got to learn how to style. That means I got to go learn how to shoot and all the things. Train. And yes, I've seen multiple of these videos. Then it's been taken a step farther. Now people are using code word, typing different size letters within a sentence to spell out certain phrases, like a keycap. Using the hashtag cute winter boots, ice cream truck, starburst, everything. Things like eat the rig, we have to riot, reference Luigi. People are pushing this for January 29th. Talking about starting a bonfire, which is clearly fired. I don't know where, I don't know when, I don't know how. But it's coming more radical by the second. Most of these people, I'll talk, but some of these people are going to FAFO. The point is, this movement is becoming more radical by the minute, even though initially it was not. So basically, it went from a warning system to being a code word for a gun, strap up, to now we're going to meet and riot. And the thing is, they're not communicating. So all three groups of these people are using the interpretation of cute winter boots as something else. The ice cream truck is the van ICE drives around. In essence, like always, it's all blew out of proportion. And I hope that eliminates any confusion on why everybody is acting damn confused. Because it's like none of them know what they're talking about. That's it. Good night. A lot of y'all are asking me, what is this cute winter?
I still don't get it.
Hey, does any of you guys want to go get some cute winter boots?
No. Yeah, he's a little light in the loafers, isn't he?
He does.
So let me kind of explain. We've got, like he said, 3 different groups, and there's these people out there that feel that in the sanctuary cities, people should be able to stay, and they're trying to give these people a heads up where the ice cream trucks are going to be picking up, the snow flakes or whatever, you know what I mean? And the thing is it started out, kind of like they just wanted to warn them, and now people are taking it to an extreme that they want to call the, and go up to the capitals and, come on, I thought you guys were against that kind of violence, okay? So like,
no, that's what they do.
You guys, people are getting really nuts out there. So when you hear about these boots things, that's what it's about. And they're sending code right on TikTok telling these boot lovers what cities the ice cream trucks are going to be at. Yeah.
Boot
and I guess it's going to be one of them. Okay.
Wait, hold on, Tin. Mi amigos. Cute winter boots. I keep them in my attic. That's where I hide them. sorry, Dan.
Well, the thing is we've got people that are just flipping out still that Trump is in office. Like this lady here, she just blatantly tells you what she gonna do to you.
Listen, if I pull up to a Mexican restaurant and I see a truck, because let's face it, it's going to be a truck with a Trump bumper sticker, you're getting key. I don't even want to see you at Taco Bell. The only thing you get to eat for the rest of your life is plain white bread and mayonnaise. And I know that you were going to eat a lot of that anyway, but that's all you deserve. You deserve nothing that tastes good for the rest of your life.
I bet you she cuts her own hair. I guarantee that she cuts her own hair.
And she will never be married, ever.
Bangs.
Okay, so that's just one example. So last night I was flipping through Twitter, and I found this one. Okay, you guys, and I literally had to.
That's another one.
Just a sec here. Where the hell is it now? Oh yeah. So I had to screenshot this live because I thought this lady was nuts. I don't know who you are, girl, but you're weird. This is how she feels about people that follow Trump.
I just told you, for one, taking away people's rights. That is racist right there, plain and simple. For two, the way he's treated women, he's been found guilty in a court of law to doing gross things to women. So
gross.
That right there tells you he has no respect for people. On top of that, if you done just a little bit of research, this man has cost this country more money than any one person in the history of this country. Because I'll tell you how. And he bragged about this. There's interviews that I watched as a child that he bragged about, saying that he had $1 million because his dad gave him $1 million. What did he do? He went and spent this $1 million, and he got another couple $1 million worth of credit
called business.
$1 million. He filed bankruptcy on all the companies that built Trump Tower.
It's called
bankruptcy.
Business.
And
it's
they
legal.
That's not business.
That is
did on
business.
purpose. He's
Investing money.
Country more money than any one person. Why is there no other person in this country that has done that to businesses and people three or four times over and over and over?
Okay, and this wasn't the only person she debated, and her stream went on for about 20 minutes, and she finally, towards the end, she was saying that we're all evil. It was just insane. She was losing it because she wasn't going to.
And I want people that understand, because I can't have this negative energy. There's enough going on in this country right now. I'm not going to argue the point.
Wait,
I'm not talking to you because I'm not arguing the point. Go do your research, and if you still believe in him and you still want to back him, honey, more power to you, because God help you, because would be just as bad as he is. And I do not agree with evil at all. All. So thank you.
Trump's the one with God.
Yes, he's very evil. He is.
Trump's the one with God.
Yeah, right.
Kamala said it herself. You're at the wrong alley.
Yeah,
You're at the wrong
Trump's
alley.
with God. Yes. Thank God. Thank God our God's really.
That was real.
Hey, did the gum ever fall out of her mouth? Did the gum ever come out?
No.
That's what I was waiting on.
No, but the thing is I had to stop and record that one because, see, the thing is most of those lives on TT, they're not recorded, right? And I needed proof for me to flip back and remind myself about all the crazies, because those were two of them right there. That lady before that's going to key your car if you're at the Mexican restaurant, and then that crazy one on TT. But she'll reach your fortune. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it's off the chain what's going on right now, because the three groups of the liberals they're not communicating, and they're all trying to start these campaigns and get stuff going, and they're actually riling up people, you guys. So we got to be careful. Okay, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was sending secret hand signals.
I noticed that.
No, you didn't.
I did. I really did.
All right.
So anyhow, that was, I don't know.
That's so good. No, I didn't know any of this. I had no clue about it.
Well, it's because it's the millennials and the Gen Zers that are the ones that are actually creating this situation, and they're doing this code, and yeah, but it's getting scary because some of them are like, yeah, I'm ready to, take out some people.
Well, I thought people are waking up. See, I think that's a very small group that's being very loud and doing these videos and all that, But I think it's really smart. I think people are ready to win. We want to win again.
Yeah, but it feels like 80% of the people out there are not awake to what's going on.
That's true. But I don't trust the obelisk guy. What's Obelisk? What's that guy called?
And then they are doing a lot of crackdowns. Like in California here, they've got it up on the freeway check.
Santa madre, ahorita vemos qué pedo.
Oh, I love this music.
Santa Maria.
I heard Mississippi has got a bill that's about to go up for a bounty on illegals in their state for you can get up to $1,000. I mean, this is going to be very lucrative for us, but it's going to be tough work for sure.
I don't think I'd risk it.
I don't know. It sounds tempting.
Well,
I'm going to get a big box and a stick and put tacos. I pull the string and I got about a handful of them.
Please don't let me out.
That's a good $5,000.
Now there are people that are still trying to speak out, like this guy here from Chicago.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. You spent over $574 million on illegal immigrants here in Chicago, Illinois since 2022. Now, you still feel like you have to harbor these illegals, which is not a good idea. And in my personal opinion, I don't think it's a good idea to challenge Tom Homan on this because he's trying to clean up our cities, Mr. Brandon Johnson. Now, let me just remind everybody here that Brandon Johnson is terrible with the budget. How is this $40 million credit line is going to work exactly? Because the key word is credit. So how much will we be using from this $40 million? And the real question is, how much will we be paying back? Now, you want to sit here, you and J.B. Pritzker want to puff out your chest and fight Tom Homan. We need Tom Homan here in Chicago. We need Donald Trump. And I don't want to see people like Pam Bundy and Cash Patel, haul you up out of here and become prosecuted. I don't want to see that happen. But they will do their job if they have to, Brandon Johnson. Now, we are $1 billion in debt. That's absolutely insane. Kamala Harris, she spent $1 billion on her campaign less than a year, and she's $20 million in debt. So it's looking like Democrats are bad with money. Now, you ignored me for 10 to 15 seconds last time I was speaking, and I really did not appreciate that at all. But I got a Christmas present for you. Let's remind the people of Chicago that Brandon Johnson spent $32,000 in campaign funds on haircuts and makeup. So I got an early Christmas present for you, Brandon Johnson. This is some makeup for you right here. You got some rouge. You got the makeup brush right there. So you can save this people some money for crying out loud.
Yay.
I love this guy.
I love this guy.
In these cities like New York and Chicago. Stop voting these people in. It's not Democrat versus Republican anymore. It is populist versus establishment. It is the populist versus the establishment. Stop letting them trick you into the race baiting when it comes to Brandon Johnson. Oh, black people need help too. Trump want to hurt black people. What are you talking about? We're legal here. We are legal.
That was just great.
That was good.
Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Amen.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. And then the whole thing,
poking at us. That's what's going on. He's over there poking at us.
I'm trying to do something on my phone and my finger don't work anymore. So
I want to see it, York. Keep poking us.
well, and we're also going to have Dr. Phil getting involved, you guys. He's literally going to go with some of the ICE agents, and he's going to do a documentary on the deportation rates.
This is going to be great.
And to brief what's happening tomorrow, what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, go over all the security protocol, because it's a pretty high risk mission that we're going
Dr.
on.
Phil's on the job.
This truly is
That's nuts.
a targeted ICE mission because they're not sweeping neighborhoods like people are trying to imply. I know that because I've been involved in this heading into this. They've identified 270 high-value targets. And what I mean by that is these are known criminals and terrorists. We're talking about murderers, child traffickers, child rapists. We're talking about bad actors, both in the countries they've come from and since they've been here in the United States. Some of these people have 12, 15 arrests, indictments, some convictions in their home countries and here, but yet they're on the streets. And that's who ICE is targeting to bring out of these communities. So we're going after specific targets, not just sweeping neighborhoods and picking up anyone with a tan, anyone that looks like they don't belong here. Anybody belongs here. One thing I've learned about Tom Homan since I've come to know him, he's got 3 objectives. 1, close the border, get it under control. 2, get the criminals, the dangerous people out of the communities and off the street. And 3, rescue these missing children. There are over 300,000 missing children. Some of them may be with family. That's fine. Let's identify that. Some of them have been trafficked into sweatshops, prostitution, really bad outcomes for these children. So those are the 3 objectives. And this one that we're working on starting in just a few hours is to get these bad actors off the street, these known violent criminals out of the community. How could anybody disagree with that?
That's right. They said 60 to 80,000 children have already been located.
Yeah. Right.
So.
Well, I'm just surprised that, maybe, see, I used to think Dr. Phil was one of them, and I think he turned sides, and now he's on our side now, I think.
Somebody brought up Harpo. I think it was chessboard, because he is one of Oprah's students, I guess you would say. So.
Yeah, so that's why I'm thinking that, that he's getting involved to save face. That's just what I'm thinking, but I don't know.
Time to do good. Time to do good. Even if you were evil, there's always, you know what, Tim, we got to encourage that, because think about our thing. We used to run with the devil, and then we got saved, and now we're doing better. But there was a time where I was a bad person. So you got to really allow for people to come to the right side,
Well, he went quiet for a while, and then now it seems like the last year he's been back in the limelight on a lot of things.
He's very popular.
Who went quiet?
Dr. Phil, you didn't hear a lot from him for a couple years, and now all of a sudden the last year I've been hearing a lot of things from him like this.
Well, I think he's scared. I really do think.
You're right about that, Jason.
Like Zuckerberg. All of a sudden, he's all shits and giggles now. He got scared.
Yep.
Hey, what about this thing with, was it Brazil? Or was it Colombia today? You heard about that? That was a good one. Go ahead, Tin.
No, go ahead and wait a minute. Is it right here? Yeah, here it is. Okay, so we tried to send 2 planefuls of illegals back to Colombia, and they wouldn't let the plans land. So Trump decided he's going to put these tariffs on Colombia until they agree, on their product, until they agree to let those planes in. Said we're going to enter the F around and find out portion of this conversation. This is not Biden Harris. This is the Trump and Vance, and we mean business. So here's the little clip it on. They're gonna put 25% tariffs on Colombia if they don't
on
take
cocaine.
Well, just on all their. Well, I don't know what we get out.
Cocaine's going to be 25% more expensive now. All right. Sorry.
Shit.
For one, the reason Donald Trump had to resort to these tariffs and sanctions and punishments today is because the president of Colombia refused to accept a flight of migrants. He said he wouldn't take them. Donald Trump said, we're going to enter the F around and find out portion of this conversation. And he hit him with sanctions and tariffs. And now tonight, the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, says Congress is going to back him up on that. He's putting Colombia, he's putting the rest of this hemisphere on notice that you are not dealing with the same president that you were. You're dealing with someone who is taking illegal immigration seriously. Now, within an hour of making that threat, the president of Colombia said, whoa, 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 I'll send my own plane to pick these people up. So obviously, he got their attention. I don't think there's actually going to be any tariff war between the United States and Colombia, because as long as they come get their people, I doubt Donald Trump's going to end up tariffing them, and they won't tariff us. And they'll have learned a valuable lesson that Donald Trump is taking immigration, illegal immigration, seriously. This is real leadership, but it sends a message to everybody else in the hemisphere. Do not test us. This is not Biden and Harris. This is Trump and Vance. We mean business. And, you know, it happened under Barack Obama, actually. He deported millions upon millions of people, and I don't have any recollection of the U.S. economy collapsing. And no Republican, and I don't think most Americans are taking seriously the argument that the U.S. economy is underpinned by violent, criminal, illegal immigrants. I mean, if our entire economy is underpinned by people who are rapists and murderers and commit other violent acts, then, you know, we got a whole other set of issues going on in the economy that we ought to talk about today. I mean, people just aren't buying that argument. So the populations that they are starting with are violent, criminal, illegal aliens. Then they also have 1.5 million people who have existing, fully adjudicated orders. And beyond that, I would just point out that if you came to this country illegally, you're already a criminal, illegal immigrant. You've already broken our laws, even if you haven't been arrested yet or charged with it. If you're here illegally, if you broke our laws, then you're going to be targeted. Now, maybe you're not going to be a top priority today because there's other more dangerous people here, but we cannot send a message that, well, some illegal immigration is okay. And that's been the problem of the last 4 years. Basically, Biden and Harris were like, just get here and it'll probably work out for you. That is no longer the communication strategy of the U.S. government. The strategy is, don't try us. Whether you're the president of Colombia or somebody who just walked across the border illegally, do not try us. It is not going to work out for you, period.
Don't try us, bitch. Sorry.
Don't try us. And what they ought to do, too, is charge Colombia for those 2 flights went down there. That ain't cheap. Pay the wages for the pilots and pay for all the fuel that we wasted because we had to turn right around and come back. Yeah, that's right.
It's nuts. It's nuts what's going on. And
there's a lot going on. So much.
I don't even know what to think anymore.
You can't keep up with it.
No, I can't keep up with it. I can't keep up with anything, but I think it's about that time. Because then I can find my next stories too. Are you ready?
Craig. Back to you, Craig.
Yeah.
Are you ready, Craig?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Hey, all you cool cats. It's time for Craig the Hunter's news segment.
I say I'm ready. I don't know if I'm ready. Is anybody really ready? Are we just faking it, trying to making it?
I'm always ready, baby.
I'm always faking it.
Well, you do good fake.
I know, that's what I've had to do all my life. When you're special like me, you just get by. And now for your TinTv Mostly True News Report. I am Dizzy Gillespie.
Huh?
He played the horn.
I thought he was a baseball player, but yeah, you're right.
No, he played the horn. Yeah. First, for the real and good news. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a treasure hidden in a field, which a man found and hid. And for joy over it, he goes and sells all that he has and buys that field. That is Matthew 13:44.
Amen.
Amen.
I get it. If you don't get it, I'm sorry. You should get it. Warning, lewd and crude content from this point on. Please let your dogs out. This segment of Mostly True News is sponsored by Pooty Poot's Anal Fisher. He doesn't know how it got there. It wasn't part of the plan.
You did good on that.
Now showing at Cineplex number 6. Please call for showtimes. If you want to see his anal fissure, that is. Oh, this is my favorite part of the show. And now for Breaking Jeff B. If y'all don't know who Jeff B is, he's a top secret spy agent who was supposedly working for the right side, President Trump, and then he went rogue, and now he loves Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Just so you know. I don't even think he was a real spy, to be honest with you. So anyway, but he's been very mean to me. He's a bully, so I combat him with dicks. My dad loved that song. He loved Neil Diamond. Oh, love you, Dad. Love you, Dad. That was for you. To Jeff B with love. Hope it hurt when it hit you, Jeff. And now for comments from last week's show. Paul Scott writes, if you live in the South and normally don't get snow, do not make snow angels in the dog park. A little late for that. Thanks, Paul. I'm just reading it now. Rubber Necker writes, FJB, love the show. Heart. Thank you. Lori writes, watched the replay on X. Very entertaining. Thank you, Lori, for going to X. And by the way, if anything is ever cut from the show, you can always see the original version on X because they don't censor. They're pretty good about that. Hit Gal writes, I know Hit Gal, she's right here. Sounds familiar. I love heart, the new intro. I'm so glad we didn't use it today because I love the old intro. Sorry. The cat having fun dancing and reading paper sums up the show. It's news to laughter, all in one big cat ball. I did love that comment. So thank you, Hit Gal, wherever you are. Wild Edible, are you right here? Wild Edibles writes, yes, snow on a cold night. You can see a long ways, and it's all sparkly. It's very magical. And she's so right. It's so magical. I loved it. But I was also very high on several different things. But we don't want to talk about that here because I shouldn't be telling y'all that. Sorry. I have demons. No, I don't. Damon Austin writes, over 8,000 pardons from FJB. I didn't know he gave that many pardons. Gosh. Mike B writes, watching the replay with a cup of chicken bouillon and a Sprite. He switched to Sprite. I've been on a Sprite kick the past week. It's negative 15 here. Stay warm. Awesome show as always. Prayers for all. God bless. Heart, 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 heart. And you can catch Mike B on Trusting God in the mornings. So y'all can go check them out, and you can see those two bozos there. I love them. They allow me to call them names. Longboarding Mom says, I saw Mars and Jupiter last night. So cool. We can see a lot of planets right now. I saw something about that where Mars was behind the moon. It's clear in Oregon and cold, but not as cold as the East Coast. Stay safe, stay warm. Thank you, Longboarding Mom. We love you. CJ writes, here for the replay today. Heart, 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 heart. Glad to see y'all. Sounds like got a little southerner in there. And Wild Collections. Wildest Collections, which could be Wild Edibles, another channel, or maybe somebody totally different. But they write much love XO. Yeah, it's Wild Edibles. It's another channel name. So they got another channel as well called Wildest Collections. So go check that out as well. Is that Trust? Is he okay? Sorry, Trust. Yeah, please put me on the list for tomorrow, Trust. First of you bozos. First in the news. Britain's largest choir stopped performing the police's Every Breath You Take due to the controversial lyrics and impact on a narrative. Britain's largest choir have announced that they will no longer be performing the police's Every Breath You Take due to impact of its lyrical content. I didn't think it was that bad of a song.
No.
Comprising over 31,000 members across the UK, the rock choir has long performed the classic 1983 track, but is now confirmed it will be removing it from its repertoire. I love when they say that word.
Well, did you know that Sting actually thought it was weird that people would use that song at their weddings? And the song is basically a FU. It's not this sweet little song, you know.
See? So maybe they're on to something.
Yeah, they're on to something.
This comes as a result of the lyrical content of the song, which seemingly portrays an abusive relationship, Yorga.
Yes.
Where the protagonist seems to be stalking a romantic interest. It sure does seem like that. I never even thought about that.
Ola just said kind of stalkerish. See, she knew. She knows.
No wonder I like that song.
Yeah. I'm looking through your window.
I'm looking at you right now. In a letter to all choir members, rock choir founder Carolyn Redmond Lusher explained the decision to axe all future renditions of the song and recalled that the decision was made due to negative impact it was having to some members. And she wrote a letter apologizing to everybody, yada, 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 yada. Wait, let me read this part. I have never removed a song before now, but due to the impact the narrative is having some Rockies and the potential when it is taught of more negative and challenging feelings from the wider membership. I feel it would be wise to replace the song with Diddy and Faith Evans' I'll Be Missing You. So that's all I got to do is just change it up to the Puff Daddy version of that song.
Be Charming said it's about being watched by the government.
Ooh, could be.
Yeah, now you got to think about that.
I don't agree. It could fit, but
it could fit. All right, give me 1 second. Next in the garden, a blooming plant that reeks of gym socks and rotting garbage has thousands lining up for a whiff. Y'all are sick people. The rare unfurling of an endangered plant that emits the smell of decaying flesh drew hundreds of devoted fans to a greenhouse in Sydney, Australia. Of course, that's where the crazy begins, always in Sydney. We love you, Australia. Keep your crazy going. We love you. On Thursday, where they joined 3-hour lines to experience the momentous bloom and the fragrance evoking gym socks and rotting garbage. Tall, pointed, and smelly, the corpse flower. That's right, Clay B. You guessed it right. It's the corpse flower. Is scientifically known as Amphophilus titanum, or bunga banki in Indonesian. There's a picture of this gorgeous little flower that stinks to high heavens, where the plant are found in Sumatran rainforest. That's where they're naturally found, which is a very stinky place every 20 years. But to fans of this specimen, she's Putricia, a pomintu of punted and putricia. They're mixing a word, so stupid people. Eagerly adopted by her followers, who naturally call themselves putricians. Okay.
Looks like a schmeckle plant.
Yeah, it's like a schmeckle fire. A bunch of nerd fucking horticulturalists getting together to smell a stinky flower. For a week. No, we love y'all. Don't let us not. Sorry, Australia. We love you. For a week, she has graced the stately and gothic display in front of the purple curtain. This sounds like this sounds like that plant that ate everybody. They had Little Shop of Horrors. Is that what it was? That's what this sounds like.
Meat drapes. Purple curtain.
Purple curtain. And withered in mist from a humidifier. So they have to humidify the thing too. Her rise to fame has been rapid, with up to 20,000 admirers filing past for a moment in her increasingly pungent presence. These people are sick. No corpse flower has bloomed at the garden for 15 years, is how long it's been. And I guess it is gay, Jerry. I never even thought about a flower being gay, but a stinky flower has got to be really gay. We will consult with Jeff B. and see what he says. And this concludes your TinTv Mostly True News Report. I am Dr. Craig DeHunter, gynecologist.
Yay!
Ty.
I went to school for gynecology. I don't know if y'all know that. Tonight's tie is a power tie, but it's also a Paisley power tie. Because there's nothing that says power like a Paisley.
I love Paisley.
My dad loved Paisley.
Paisleys were big in the 80s.
All right.
Oh, and now for News for Jews.
Oh, my goodness. Guess what? We here in Kentucky, we have some bluegrass. Haven't seen it in over 3 weeks.
Oh, can we smoke it? Is that smokable?
Well, I don't know.
Oh.
We have a lot of horses, and remember, I use urea, so you might not want it.
Urea.
Oh my. Okay, so for Israel, you need to look at the fact that this is real. They actually have. I'm actually like kind of on the side of the government this time, because Hamas did break their agreement. They were supposed to let go civilians first. And there is a family, and they have a little baby. And well, they have 2 children. And the one little baby would have turned 1 during all this time. And they were hoping to get that family released, which was one of the reasons for the number 4 put into this second release. But they're not releasing the names of who's alive and who's not, and they were supposed to let civilians loose first, which only got 30 of the Hamas prisoners released instead of 50. But instead, Hamas released 4 IDF soldiers, and that got them 50. So what they're trying to do is release them, and Israel went ahead and honored releasing 50 per soldier, and they say they're not going to do it next time, though, and the ceasefire has been extended to February 18th. Now, the people are saying that doesn't mean a ceasefire. It just means they're stocking up and preparing and getting ready to fire back. And they're having little. What was that?
I agreed with you. Yeah. Yeah, they're stocking up. Anyway, sorry.
Oh, no, that's okay. And they may not be firing from the outskirts, but they are sneaking in and entering into the city. There's a picture that was a high quality image of Iran's Shahed 149 Gaza drone, and each one of those is equipped with 8 Shahed smart bombs. And they were doing an exercise, which means they're preparing for something. And the channel, the IRGC channel, says Iran is getting ready for a military launch to strike against Israel, depending on whether or not they fully withdraw from southern Lebanon. And now they say they're not going to do that because, Hamas has not held up their end of the bargain. And that's got them concerned because how many are alive, and the fact that they know that they're really wanting to get this family back says that they're not releasing that. And they're all talking about the Psalm 83 war, and because things aren't being followed through with. It's just not going well over there. This whole agreement was not a good agreement. I mean, why do they get 30 to 50 prisoners for every one of theirs? That just means that they're releasing these terrorists, which, by the way, have our information too, back out. They're going to be coming back at them. It's just not a fair trade. And then on top of that, they're not following through with what they were supposed to. And then some of them have warned about this new thing, and this really doesn't have anything to do a whole lot with Israel, but they're talking about it because they've heard a lot about it. This new thing called Deep Seek. It's a new app to go on your phone, and it's from, China. And they're saying, do not ever put that on your phone. As soon as that was released, that Deep Seek was to go and fight it was to be like against our AI. They were trying to beat us, and they beat us with this AI, and it's really bad. I mean, it's really, really bad. And when that happened, the NASDAQ fell like 328 points in 2 hours because of this. So they're worried about, like, they've told me over there, be worried about this. This is really a bad app. I mean, it takes everything of yours. And so it's likely to even take things, it's probably going to be able to get stuff from our government. So that's something to be looking for, because they're saying to look for some kind of like infiltration into our government, spyware into our government stuff. So they say we should be expecting some bad things to be coming down. So that, again, the name of that is DeepSeek. Do not download that. It's like an open AI. Don't download it. Don't ask it any questions. Don't do anything with it.
Good advice. I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, it's really bad. Yeah, it's
For
really,
sure,
really bad.
good advice.
And the name of that family, by the way, is the Bebas family.
The Beavis family.
Bebas, Bibas.
Beavis.
But yeah,
Beavis and
pray for
Butthead.
that family. Pray that they are still alive and that they will
Oh, sorry.
release them, because I can't imagine having children, you know. That would be horrible.
Well, that's sad.
Yes.
Sorry.
I know, I feel like I don't ever bring y'all any good news. It's always so bad.
It's okay. And Angel Rose said, what's the name of the app again?
Deep Seek. DEEPSEEK.
Stay away from that one, guys.
Yeah, it's really, really bad.
How many shifts do we have?
There's 2 of me. I'll just keep talking the good one. There.
I got it.
There you go.
That was weird.
That was weird, Shift. That's amazing, though. We had 2 of you, and it was both you.
Yeah, wasn't it cool?
Only one could talk, though.
That's true.
Jason, could you take care of the issue in
I
chat?
got it.
Thank you.
Take care of that traitor.
Sorry, I mean, we do like to do free speech, but when you start pissing people off in the chat, we gotta block you or mute you or whatever. Just, you know.
Obviously.
Sorry.
Just go away.
So, remember all the pardons that Biden
8,000 of them.
How could we forget?
8,000, Tin.
Well, I guess these pardons ain't gonna fly because apparently a judge ruled against it. So here's
good.
Yeah, so they're saying Biden screwed his buddies.
Biden just screwed all his corrupt friends. Remember all the preemptive pardons? A judge just overturned all of them. So apparently you cannot have a preemptive pardon. You have to be accused or indicted for something before you can pardon someone. And what did he actually do? He actually made the world aware that Fauci and all his corrupt friends are guilty of something, or else why would they need a preemptive pardon, right? And I'm surprised Bill Gates wasn't part of that, because Bill Gates was just indicted in the Netherlands. And who else is coming down the pipe to be indicted? So it's just,
Liz Cheney.
The legal system moves very slowly, but it does move. And eventually, it's going to catch up to you. Who else do you think is on the list to be indicted? And do you think by, the Biden preemptively pardoning his friends, did that expose them to the rest of the world? Because 80% of the world, 80% of North Americans are asleep. And did he just out them? Did he just put a target on their back? What do you think is going to happen? Does that put a light on it, and maybe Trump or the DOJ is going to have a second look at this? What do you think? Would love to hear your comments. And what do you think of Trump so far in his third to fourth day in office? Has he accomplished more in the 4 days than all presidents combined in their first 100 days? Would love to hear your comments. Talk.
So yeah, he just outed his buddies because a judge said that you can't do a preemptive pardon. So I bet you Liz Cheney and Chucky and a lot of them, they're running scared right now.
I heard that Schiff. I'm sorry. I heard that Schiff was begging for a pardon from Biden.
Yeah.
Yes, I heard that too, Jorgen. I did hear that.
What about when Trump was in North Carolina and I asked him about Schiff? He said Schiff looked pretty rough. He didn't know what happened to him.
I haven't even seen anything on Schiff.
Yeah, they say it looked like somebody hit him with a bat.
Maybe they did.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, come to think of it, yeah, we're a shift, and you haven't seen Pelosi around, but she's busy investing in new companies, AI companies. So, what are you eating there?
This is a king cake. So at Mardi Gras is upon us.
Oh,
and this is a, I really shouldn't be eating this because it's bad for my diabetes.
Is it a baby king cake?
Yes, there's a baby, but they don't put the baby in there like hidden. You have to hide it yourself due to legal reasons because people were swallowing the baby. But this is just a mini version of the big one.
Yeah, look, there's a little baby. There's a little baby in the middle.
Yeah,
Right
looks
there.
like some kind of Bohemian Grove shit to me.
Yeah, but it's very rich. It is really weird. Real, like they have parade organ, but it isn't like that.
It is kind of a weird thing.
It is weird.
Like, I just found out about that, like, within the last 10 years, you guys did king cakes. And I was like, what the hell?
They're delicious, but they're horrible for you.
Don't eat the baby.
Don't
eat the baby.
Don't eat the baby, for sure.
Swallow that.
Not like a worm in a tequila.
Eat the dogs and cats.
Swallowing the baby ain't too bad, but when you shit it out, oh my God. It hurts. The little arms get caught in your rectum.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta try birthing a baby.
It depends on if he's breech or not, Craig.
Ask Pooty about his fisher.
Oh.
His crevasse.
So I wanted to show you guys one other thing before we go tonight that I think is a little weird, and I don't even know how to explain this. I'm just going to play it, and hopefully you guys catch. This was taken apparently in a meeting, and I don't know. Let's just listen.
Take your seats, everyone. We need to get this meeting started. Before we begin, I want to make sure that everybody has picked up their copy of the briefing minutes. There are more details. I'm going to give you the outline. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I've called this special meeting of the Zombie Hazard Command because we have vital new information and new problems to discuss.
Zombies.
Go through some security. Bear with me a moment. All right, first, a little housekeeping. National Security Order 21Z, it passed. Our operational authority is supreme. Use it. Now back to the topic at hand. As you know, we've been battling a unique biological threat and we've made little progress. Lack of any live specimens. If a body's found at all, it's already permanently dead. Now we finally have a live specimen. But before you get too excited, let me stress that it's only one. We need more. So why does this problem exist? Well, the reason for problem number one is problem number two. We have an unknown assailant or assailants. Unknown assailant profile. We have no leads as to the identity of the assailant. Ballistics are untraceable. That's not exactly true. We do know at least most of the time they're using Z-Max ammunition. Weapons in use are 9mm, 45 caliber, and edged weapons. Probable gender, male. Body type, they're strong, muscular, athletic. They're well-armed and well-trained with munitions. They have a possible military or police background. And they're probably skilled in a variety of martial arts to include hand-to-hand combat. If you're on scene, look for someone fitting this profile. Apprehend if possible, eliminate if necessary. The jokers out there, I know this describes everyone on the Z teams. So know your team members. Problem number three, identification of infectious agent. Here's where it gets interesting. We now have research notes from a top U.S. scientist who is intimately familiar with a zombie infection. He studied both the pre- and post-mortem zombie condition before PD. He has identified and named the virus, Cryptonecrophagia vulgaris, CNV. It's a retrovirus, and there's no cure. This scientist's notes indicate prions may also be involved in the infectious process. However, at this point, it remains unclear what, if any, role they play. Remember the single live subject I mentioned earlier? Unfortunately, the subject and scientist are one and the same. We do not know how much time he has left before he's no longer of any use, except perhaps for dissection. So we need more live specimens. Keep that in mind during operations. Problem number 4, cool. Mode of transmission, currently unknown. Transmission modes ruled out: bites, scratches, casual contact, vector infection, droplet, or airborne spread. Some Z team members can attest to the fact that bites and scratches don't spread infection, at least not yet. To date, 12 team members have been wounded while engaged in field operations. They've undergone mandatory 90-day quarantine. None have showed any signs of infection. Not all team members are out of quarantine yet, but we hope they'll be released and return to active duty soon. Problem number 5, emerging public awareness of the situation. I'm going to mention each of these points, then talk about them in greater detail. There are things you need to know. First, the Coconut Grove fly-in. Many of you were there. Then there's the Miami incident. Some of you were there. The CDC zombie apocalypse preparedness release. DHS released a fake zombie preparedness story. Then there's the recent purchases of large quantities of ammunition. About the Coconut Grove fly-in, Z teams 1, 2, and 3 cleaned down a zombie cell. That got a lot of public attention. Our cover story was that this was an urban assault exercise in preparation for the upcoming UN meeting. For now, our cover story is holding, but one got away. That led to the Miami incident. That should never have happened. About the Miami incident. Some of you were there. Our cover story was bath salts. That was blown when the autopsy results were leaked. There were no bath salts present. We're still dealing with the fallout, and we're investigating the leak. The CDC zombie apocalypse preparedness release, it was sent out against our wishes. Then they changed their story. This brought even more attention to it than if they'd just left it alone. Next, DHS released a fake zombie preparedness story, also against our wishes, but it's out there, so we're going to use it as our cover story. Next month, DHS is running a 1,000-person training exercise in San Diego. Z teams 2, 4, and 5 will be doing a cleanup operation in another part of the city at the same time. This gives us plausible deniability. I shouldn't have to stress how important this is. Make certain none of them get away. We don't want another Miami incident. About the ammo purchases. We've used news and various media outlets to float the idea that unprecedented large ammo purchases are for government agencies to defend against civil unrest in anticipation of economic collapse. Those of you in this room know all too well that this is a much nicer bedtime story than the truth. Reality is much less pleasant. Right now, the cover story is working. Problem number 6, weakening of current cover stories. Bath salts. In Florida, bath salts was a go-to drug of choice. The autopsy leak created problems for this story. Other drugs, synthetic marijuana and S21, were floating these in Louisiana, Pennsylvania, and Michigan. Crazy people were floating this idea in Louisiana, New York, and Chicago. Animal attacks were floating this story in Georgia, Arkansas, and Oklahoma. We estimate 2 years of viability for these cover stories. Finally, problem number 7, public distribution of full disclosure of current operations. Some brainiac has lined up all the recent events and past history like beads on a string. We don't know where he's getting his information, but too much of the actual facts of our operation are woven into the story. It's not coincidence. He's getting his information somewhere. The story is Dr. Eve's Zombie Killer. It's presented as a fictional novel. labyrinthofars.com is an independent website where the book can be found. For those of you who are wondering, we currently have no plans to shut down this website. We need to gather further intelligence, find out what their sources of information are, and plug whatever leaks we find. Right now, John Q. Public does not know what's happening. We'd like to keep it that way.
We do now.
John Q. Public.
I don't even know what to think of that, you guys. Like, we know that the Miami thing happened last January. The Coconut Grove thing happened in Florida as well. Now they're talking about San Diego and that area. And did I hear zombie sleeper cell? Am I going crazy?
Yeah, it's all phony. It's phony, man.
Hey, can we go? Can we have a prayer from Shift Kicker? All this zombie talk is really freaking me out.
Okay.
Yeah, let's have.
Dear God, thank you for the gift of friendship. Please watch over my dear friends, guiding them with your love and wisdom. Strengthen their hearts. Bring them peace in their struggles and fill their lives with joy. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Jesus' mighty name.
And P.S. Jesus and God, could you let us know if there's zombies here? Because I really want to know about the zombies.
That sounded like X-Files kind of stuff. I don't think that's true.
Well, think about The Walking Dead, you guys. I mean,
Yeah,
I was
it's a
like
TV show.
Yeah, the writers for that show, I kept every, season, I'd be like, wow, these writers, they're getting good, And then there was Z Nation. Yeah, it was a B kind of,
I don't believe it. I think it's fake.
I don't know. But remember Miami and all those cop
Damn,
cars?
those bath salts really did make you want to eat people. I'm telling you, they were so. I don't know why. It made you look like a steak. It's crazy.
Well,
by the way, folks, please, at the end of the show, go into the comment section and leave us a little comment and put a bunch of hearts and share the show out and give us likes. And Tin, thank you so much for bringing this all together. We appreciate you.
Yeah. Well, I want to know about these zombies.
Don't worry about Tin. But
We'll figure it out by Tuesday. Let's talk about it Tuesday.
Because you know how we're always talking about the zombies. Would you rather catch up with a fast, dumb one or a smart, slow one?
Ooh.
The zombies. Remember, we had that talk in the backstage one night. And it's like, I don't know if I want the fast, but if they're dumb, but they're fast. But then the smart ones, they move slow, but they're still smart.
But they're smart. They'll leave a trap.
I'm just
what they say about the turtle.
Won the race. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm just thinking I got to make a bunch of punji sticks and all kinds of stuff. Like, I watched every episode of The Walking Dead, man.
Samurai sword.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like
crossbow.
It just makes sense. And remember when that one guy came out of the one of those rooms? It was a Congress guy, and he said something about, I can't tell you, but America, you should lock your windows and doors. And that was a creepy message. That was like last year sometime. And then it was last year. It was, I don't know how many months back. Remember that, you guys?
You're right about that.
He came out of a skiff. He came out of a skiff, and he said he couldn't tell us what they said, but you should lock your windows and your doors. And then now, if they're talking about little hives of zombie hive, just like the movies, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we should do this again on Tuesday. And Jay, I hope you're feeling better out there. I don't know where you're at.
Maybe AB will be here, paying him all that money, and he never shows up.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to dock his pay.
We really should take back some of that money.
He's got chicken info. We need that.
And folks, please don't be eating each other while y'all are out there. Stop eating each other, please.
That's just crazy. I don't, every day something weird or so, and now I got to worry about zombies.
Zombies.
Okay. Oh, and then the liberals that might think that I'm a ice cream truck lady or something, and I'm not. Oh, good thing I got rid of my green element, because they look like the government. At least in Washington. So anyhow, thank you everybody in chat for coming and watching our crazy. I don't know, what do we do?
You had things lined up good.
Oh, well, we did it together. Oh, let's see if Yorga's got anything real quick.
I found out watching the internet this week that I found out a tip for all you women out there. You can take toilet paper and rub it between your breasts, and your breasts will get bigger. I promise you, it will.
Oh my God! Only you.
No, but now think about it. It's been working on your ass for years.
Oh my!
Oh my God!
Oh, he's eating a baby.
Put it down. Put it down.
We'll see you guys on Tuesday. Thanks for watching.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's